It's one of them videos where ain't no time to sugarcoat nothing. Time to drop that real spill and talk about how people be living like bums when they're inside a prison. Y'all already know it's finna get real when I got my prison blues on. Haha, I'm the best. Finna be this way till I EOS. Take it how you want, nigga. Yeah, I'm a pro. Fuck around and bust your lot while you're at Vizzo. I hate to be this way, but I live for the moment. Waking up every day, show me an opponent. Shanks on deck, hitting bitch with locks. So much pool, I can even start you from the box. You don't wanna pay rent, got me bent. Got lax on deck, your money was well spent. Vultures on the prowl, so don't try testing. Step 2 comes violent, first steps finessing. You a hold down man, suitcase this. My cell phone, I'm a charger, don't walk with a limp. Get it knocked off or missing, you gon' get it. Next time I see your ass, you gon' leave airlifted. What's up, y'all? You already know, man. Kfrogtv back in the building. Y'all go ahead and do me that solid favor. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. And also make sure you hit the notification bell so you can see it first. Welcome back to the channel, everybody. I appreciate y'all tuning in. Today I'm going to be talking about living like a bum when inside a prison. All right? This right here is actually an awesome topic for me to be speaking on. And the reason for that is because throughout your life, when you see things on TV, you know, whether it's TV shows, movies, or, you know, hear stories from people, a lot of that shit be misinformation. So low-key, you be misguided. So a lot of times you're wrongly informed on how it truly is inside a prison, okay? And I felt like talking about it because when you see movies, you see shows and stuff like that, every time someone gets put in jail or gets put in prison, they got some crispy-ass blues on or a crispy-ass uniform, whether it's orange, whatever color it is. But every single time they make it crispy looking. Now don't get me wrong, when you first get to prison, they do give you a crispy pair of blues. But people don't be wearing it like that. It's very rare that you see somebody wearing their brand new crispy blues. And I'm going to tell you why. One, those are VP blues, which means that uniform people save to look crispy and clean when you go to visitation, when you go to the visitation park. You see what I'm saying? So, a lot of times, people will put that shit under their mattress, you know, just to keep it nice and, you know, creased and everything. It'll be under your mat for years, you know, and you'll never wear it except for special occasions, you know. And it isn't only because, oh, I'm going to save it till visitation, but new people don't really want to wear the crispy ones either because then you stand out. You look new. You look vulnerable. You look like an easy target. If you're in a dorm with 100 people, everybody knows everybody. Everybody done seen everybody. You know, you done locked eyes on everybody. You know who sleeps where. If they did put a new person in your dorm, what is another way that you'll be able to identify somebody being new? By seeing them walking around looking like a new cop. Looking like they're a green bean. They're new to it. You see what I'm saying? Anybody who wears their crispy blues, as soon as they get to prison, you could tell never did time before. You feel me? Because you're going to look down and see whether they're wearing boots or Crocs. You're going to look down and see, well, that shit's new too. So you could tell they freshly just got here. And nobody wants that type of attention. So people don't really be wearing their crispy blues like that. Their crispy uniform. You see what I'm saying? People really be bumming it inside a prison, believe it or not. Now, that's what makes people stand out and let people know who's got money, who's a playmaker, is because there's people that don't want to look bummy, that will walk around looking crispy on a regular day on the compound. There ain't got to be no special occasion. You feel me? Walking around with the cocaine white Reeboks or the Nike Cortezes. You see what I'm saying? Or the New Balances. With the uniform, with the pockets, with the belt. You know what I'm saying? Look like a pair of Dickie pants. You see, people literally pay to have that done. You know what I'm saying? To get that type of uniform. My experience in prison, they always give you 3 uniforms. Okay? They're going to give you a brand new crispy pair of stretchies. You know, scrubs. Not with the pockets. And then they're going to give you 2 old holy ass, stain having, you know, faded looking ones. Which those are meant for you to wear around the compound. You know, the other one's meant so you can look good when you see your peoples. You feel me? People steal new blues, new uniforms. You could be there for a while, or you could have just came there. And if your new blues are like where someone can easily, you know, intercept them and take them, they will. You get what I'm saying? Because not everybody has them. You feel me? Some people might be chasing dope, so they sold theirs. Some people might have got robbed or got it stolen from someone else when they first came there. So they see an opportunity to get them some, they're going to get them. Now, don't get me wrong. They do, you know, stitch your name on your blues, but everything's recycled. So when you do laundry, you know, you're not always going to get a pair of blues back with your name on it. You know, sometimes you get some other shit. When you go to confinement, they take your blues that got your name stitched on there and they throw them shits in the bin. When they hand out uniforms later, you're going to get someone else's name. That's just what it is. The inmates literally put stitching names over other inmates' names like it ain't nothing. You feel me? So you can steal someone's blues and bring it to the damn laundry and the dude will literally stitch your name tag over there. If you were to rip your name tag off or the name tags that's on there, you'll notice it's thick. That's names on tops of names. Man, I ripped it off one time and seen a dude's name from the early 90s. Had the date on there from the early 90s. That's how long they just been covering it up one after another, one after another. You see what I'm saying? But people choose to live bummy inside of prison. Me, I never understood that. You know, if you got money, you know, or if you got any type of hustle or any type of way to where you can get what you want, why would you want to look bummy? You get what I'm saying? There's going to be people that will do their whole bid. Holes in their shirts. Ripped pockets. White t-shirt looks gray now. Looks yellow. Nasty looking. Looks like it's a rusty ass shirt. Looks like they don't have nothing. And then be the same people, holes in their socks. Stuff like that, that will be on the phone with their homeboys like, yeah, bro, da-da-da-da-da. You feel me, bro? Man, you know I'm in here doing my thing, yada, yada, yada. Capping. Come home from prison, act like they had it made while they was up the road. See, don't get me wrong. If you want a new uniform, depending on where you go, that shit could be from $5 to $15, you know? And if they think you're sweet, they might charge you a dub. They might charge you $20 for a brand new uniform with pockets. You see what I'm saying? It depends on where you land at, what they're going to charge you. You feel me? But I feel like I want people to know, man, I ain't no bummy ass person. You feel me? Hygiene is one of the most important things when you were locked up. You see what I'm saying? Oh, on the streets you get money. On the streets you a boss. On the streets you get a lot of hoes. You know, you be doing your thing, right? You shower several times a day on the streets. But in the chain gang, you don't want to. You want to look bummy. You want to be musky. You want to be all oily or you want to be ashy. However it is, you feel me? And it never sat right with me that people choose to live like that. While I was in prison, I found out that prison looked like a big ass homeless shelter. And I'm being real with you. When people are being transferred and they're transferring hundreds of people a day, and you see what people are doing and what they got going on and the way that they carry themselves and the property that they have, how holy their shit be and how nasty and faded and bleach stains and stuff is, you're going to be like, damn, I know you want to wear that on the streets. I know you want to have people on the streets even see you wearing that. I'm talking about people will be wearing the gym shorts, and the gym shorts will literally, instead of them being dark blue, they'll have like the brown, the rust color looking stains on them. Like you could tell bleach landed on them. And dead ass like will be shredded. Like I'm talking about, there's already no pockets in them, but I'm talking about that shit will be to where there's literally in one pair of shorts, there's more holes than there is that shit connected. Just the waistline's connected. Bitch looks like they're wearing a fucking flag for flag football, how shredded it looks hanging down on the side of their legs. And I be looking like, damn, bro, like, you feel me? I'll wear my damn prison blues, my pants. You feel me? Before I walk around looking like that. You know what I'm saying? Sweaters. People have their sweaters and shit all ripped and shredded. The whole, the part right here that's supposed to cuff your wrists, all ripped, hanging. Got their thumbs through the holes and different shit. And I'm like, man, I don't know how someone could walk around like that. You feel me? And it be little things like that that make people judge you. That make people, you know, look at you some type of way. You feel me? You don't never want to be considered somebody that's dirty. You know? And me personally, Before I have things to have fun, before I even have food inside a prison, I'm going to make sure I got hygiene. I'm going to make sure I got my clothes are up to date. If I rip a pocket on one of my shorts, I'm ordering another pair. That's just how it is, you feel me? And I think that's what made me stand out to a lot of female officers, is because I carried myself the right way, you feel me? I wanted to not just look like I had money, but I wanted to carry myself to where people know, okay, he just looks like he's a playmaker. He's totally different. He's in a dorm with 100 people, and there's only 5 people in there that walk around every day of the week clean. Every day of the week, pure white shoes, no scuffs. You know what I'm saying? And that happens to be one white boy in the dorm, and his name's KFROG. You see what I'm saying? Me, it was just like, I didn't want to only do it just to get the attention from people or to let people know I'm different, but it's something that I wanted to do as far as that's my character. You get what I'm saying? Like, I don't know how, if I wasn't a bum on the streets, there's no way I'm going to come to prison and be a bum, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to try to jack my uniform up, make me look as fresh as possible. You know what I'm saying? Like, even if it's me coming out of pocket more, me paying more to get shit. But it's like every time I got out of confinement, first thing I did was bought new uniforms. Because when you go to the box, your uniforms get taken by the guards. It's not like you're going to get to keep your same prison blues. Oh, put them in his property. No, they're going to take them shits and put someone else's name on them. If nobody else takes them while you're being taken to confinement. Because people like to raid your locker, raid your bunk, whatever it is when they see you're going to the box. They try to take what they can. Because then you don't know if someone in the dorm intercepted it or if the guards knocked it off. You feel me? But when you get out of the box, first thing they're going to have you do is go to property. And when you go there, they're going to say how many pairs of blues you got. You see what I'm saying? And if you're at a camp where they allow you to keep blues when you're in the box, you know, then you tell them. You know, you can go to the box for having more blues than you're supposed to have. I had it to where all 3 of my uniforms were all pockets. You see what I'm saying? And they don't make those no more. So you got to literally get those made. You feel me? Now it's the stretchy ones. But I just made it to where I looked clean regardless. Even if it was like we're going to rec. You feel me? And say I went out there, boom, I'm fresh. Pure white tee, new white tee, reflection shining on that shit. You feel me? Yeah, it's just going to get dirty, but it is what it is. It's all on a hygiene thing. You feel me? I could go out there to rec, get all sweaty and shit from running around, kicking the soccer ball with the Oreos or whatever it is, and come back in and I still look cleaner than motherfuckers who went out there and didn't do nothing. Because I like to carry myself that way, you feel me? Got a separate pair of rec shoes from the ones that look good in, you feel me? Use out of the 3 uniforms, use the one that's meant to get sweaty, one that's meant to, you know, to where you still look up to date on your uniform. You know, you still look decent, you feel me? I wouldn't want to walk around and be bumming it. And it just blows my mind because I've ran into some people on the streets, y'all, believe it or not. People that I actually met before I went to prison that I seen on the streets. And people that I've ran into on the streets after being up the road with them. And they're totally different. I guess now you could be what you want to be. You know, you could act like you always had it. You feel me? I'll never forget, I ran into this dude one time on Fort Lauderdale Beach. And he's like, Kfrog, what's up with you? And I looked over at him. And he's like, remember, bitch, we was at such and such. Well, what's good? And I said, oh, what's up with you? So we talking, we chopping it up. He got some hoes with him and he bragging, yeah, boy, when we was there, boy, we had that shit on lock, ain't it? And I'm looking at him, I'm like, yeah, hell yeah. You know, I ain't going to put him on blast in front of this little females he's got. You know, he's trying to look cool. You feel me? But I'm just remembering in my mind, like, man, this dude used to walk around with holy-ass shirts. Writing all on the shirt. You know, nasty, one sock. Nasty-ass shorts. You feel me? If you had that shit sewed up, bro, you want to be caught like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's kind of like on the streets, you know. I grew up switching polos when I ain't even got to switch polos. You know what I'm saying? Like, literally, like shirts that we'll wear as throwaways, you feel me, is like what people will try to keep clean. But you know, a corner store t-shirt, you feel me, them shits is meant for 1 or 2 uses, you know what I'm saying? You get a shirt from the corner store, like a black tee, whether it's a V-neck or not, you know, You wear it once or twice. Maybe that night it's good for, you feel me? But I grew up literally going and buying the boxes of polo shirts. You know, and then after you wash, you know, black tees for a while, you can notice the difference when you got a new one. When you got a new one next to one that's been washed once or twice, you notice that shit starts turning gray. You notice the difference. You ain't gonna notice it if you have a closet filled of faded ones. You feel me? So it's like, even though we didn't need it, we still swap it because we notice the difference. You know, same thing with our gym shorts and shit inside of prison. You feel me? If your ass rips your shorts, or if they're too big on you, you know, because everybody wants to be handed something. See, that's how it is. That's why people like to bum it inside of prison. Because say you're going home and you got gym shorts, but your gym shorts you've had for 5 years. Them shits are so wholly banged up, shitty looking, trashed looking, faded, bleach stains all on them and everything. I happen to have a pair that I got off the package that you're allowed to order. You feel me? I know ain't nobody gonna buy the ones you have, but I know they'll buy the ones I got off the package. So that's when people fuck around and they sell theirs, and then they wear the hand-me-downs that they get from someone when they're going home. You feel me? That's how it goes. So they sell theirs for the money now. But it's like, bro, you look like a bum doing that. Straight up. So then when I run into you on the streets and you look like you got a little money, you know, you're looking at it like, yeah, you know, boy, we know how he is. You carry yourself like you've always been like that. I'm looking at it like, oh, bro, got some money now. You know, bro's doing his thing now. You see what I'm saying? And people will tend to carry themselves like they was always like that up the road. You know, shit. I feel like you should keep it real regardless. Why lie to the hoes and make it look like you always had money, or make it look like you was always doing your thing up the road, or ain't nothing changed anywhere you landed, you just continue to do your thing. Fuck that. Keep it real with them and be like, shit, when I was on the road, I was bumming it, baby. You feel me? I wasn't trying to get them police no money. I wasn't spending money on none of that shit. You feel me? I walk around that shit at my worst looking bummish. So that way, you know, she knows to appreciate what you got now. You see, that's how I look at it. But to me, it's backwards, because it's like more people choose to live bummy, choose to dress like that. It's a choice. You get what I'm saying? You don't have to. You can literally not dress like that. You can literally not be so dirty. You can have better hygiene. It's got to be a choice that you want to make, though. You see what I'm saying? And people just choose not to do it. You see? And then when Vizzo comes around, you know they finna, you know, get all right, put all their shit on, might borrow a white tee from one of their peoples. You know, if some ladies were to check their man out even more in person, if y'all were to look at them blues, whether it's the shirt or whether it's, you know, the pants, if you were to look at the tag, 9 times out of 10, it's probably got someone else's name on it. He probably borrowed someone's blues just to look good for you in Vizzo. You feel me? Everybody's been there and done that. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's got their good times and their bad times, but don't make it a lifestyle. These people make it a lifestyle in there. You see what I'm saying? Borrow people's shit, you know, like pay someone to borrow their shit on visitation days instead of just taking the same amount you paid this dude 3 times to borrow his shit. You could have took that same amount right there and bought your own and just cuffed them for when you got Vizzo. You feel me? Instead, you want to borrow bruh shit, you know, and be bummy all, you know, the rest of the time when your peoples ain't around. You know, and it makes people look at you like your word ain't good, because, you know, your character, your image is a lot. If you look like you ain't got no money, what I look like fronting you some shit. Right? Think about it, you know, even though looks can be deceiving and you never judge a book by the cover, but at the same time, who are you going to let borrow something first? Somebody that's always crispy clean? You know, somebody that carries themselves at least to where you know, shit, I know once he runs out of hygiene, I know his ass gonna buy more hygiene, so I know he's gonna eventually have money then. Or you're gonna front somebody that don't bathe with shit, but chooses to bathe with state soap when they do bathe. You feel me? For real. Like, a lot of people don't understand how it's a lifestyle. And it's like, how do you go from being on the streets, you know, and being someone that bathes all the time, you know, somebody that cared how you looked on the streets, you feel me? If you go to prison and you don't no longer carry yourself like that, you just let yourself go, you don't bathe, you don't fucking clean yourself, you don't care what it looks like you're wearing, then Before you went to prison, all that shit was just a front for other people. You feel me? It wasn't for yourself. It wasn't your own lifestyle. Because if it was, you would automatically adapt and be like, okay, now that I'm in here, I got to make sure I do this in order to get this, so I could carry myself like this, and look like this. You see what I'm saying? If it's your lifestyle and you're not just putting on before you went up the road, then you would, you know, adapt to it quickly. You see what I'm saying? Now, a lot of people know when it comes to, like I said, going to Vizzo and shit, you want to smell good for your peoples. It's understandable. You know, a lot of people do that. You feel me? Everybody wants to smell good and look good. But it's like, why make yourself look like $1,000,000 when your people come visit you? When you know as soon as they leave, you got to bring bruh back his uniform, bring bruh over there back his boots, go over there and pay the dude that let you borrow his little cologne and perfume strip that he ripped out of a magazine. Y'all know what those are, right? When you open the magazines and it's got like it's got the piece of paper where you flip it open and it's got the scent on there. Yeah, in prison people keep that. And that's when they cuff them inside their locker, inside their photo album. And when visitation comes around, they take that little smell good piece of paper from the magazine and rub it all on them just to smell good. So you're doing that. You're buying that off of someone. You go into bruh's cell, be like, bro, I give you 2 suits, bro. You let me get one of them fucking Dior things. You know, why not take care of yourself like that frequently, all the time, instead of walking around bummy? If you took care of yourself like that, more doors open, believe it or not. You know, motherfucker might feel like, man, yeah, ain't no way in hell I'm gonna let Frog go to Vizzo, you know, not smelling good. You feel me? Here you go, hey, Frog, and give you one. You know, that's how it is. Because they know your character is a clean person. You see what I'm saying? And it blows my mind, bro. I seen so many dope boys, so many street people that got money till today on the street. Someone that's got a dump, like some shit you see in a Plies video. Up the road, bummy as hell. Up the road, didn't have shit, literally didn't care to have shit. Could come up on a bunch of shit. Their peoples can send them money. They could gamble and win. They could get a whole chunk of canteen. They can get a whole big old chunk of money somehow. And they blow it on everywhere else except for making themselves look better. Instead of bettering themselves with hygiene, you know, that state soap. If y'all have had to bathe with that shit before, you know that shit ain't no good. The deodorant shit they give you, the roll-ons with the ball rolling around in it, man. You put that shit, by the time you bathe with that state soap, dries your skin out. And when you put that roll-on deodorant on, by the time you get dressed after the shower, you're sweating. It just makes it to where you're not, it's an odor eater. So it's like you're still just sweating this clear-ass liquid under your armpits. You feel me? Nah, hell nah, man. You get you some good soap. You feel me? Get you that Dial or that Irish Spring or whatever camp you're at. Get the VO5s. You got to get stuff to where you're different, you know? Don't cut yourself short and be less of a clean individual just because you're locked up. That's what a lot of people do, you feel me? You got people that refuse to do that though. So it's like, you know, they carry themselves the right ways. You know, you got people that were bumming on the streets that go to prison and get fucking their hair cut every week and straighten all up and everything to make it look like they had something on the streets and they didn't. So there's people that are bummy on the streets that are making it look better and making it look easier than people who actually had something on the streets. You see what I'm saying? So you got to just be one of them people, though, that just hygiene is one of the main priorities you got to always remember. For real. You know, it isn't what you see on TV, what you see on movies, that crispy clean uniform and all that shit. After a while, depending on what camp you go to, actually, you might not even get a brand new uniform as your VP Blues. You might get out the box and they just give you 3 pairs of blues. 2 are trashier than the other. You're going to be getting a pair of blues that have stains and shit on them from working in them. You know what I'm saying? You might get a pair of blues that have a hole in it. Might have blood stains on it from someone getting stabbed up. Like my first jacket I ever got in prison. When I first was given a jacket, that had holes all in it on my back. Looked like someone got stabbed with blood stains on it. You see, like, they're so cheap, you know? So it's like, why live in a worser condition yourself if you can avoid that? If you could pay to make yourself cleaner, and if you could pay to stand out and be way more cleaner than everybody else is, You know, why not? Think about it. If there's 1,500 inmates, and out of 1,500 inmates, 1,400 of them don't give a damn what they look like, I'd rather be the 100 that do. Straight up. And them female guards loved me because of that shit. You feel me? They loved a white boy from down south. And on top of that, I was a clean white boy. You feel me? I wasn't one of them ones walking around, you feel me, looking like I smoked K2. You see? Because when you don't take care of yourself, people will misjudge you. You could have all the money in the world. You could be a somebody on the streets, and you don't smoke or nothing like that, but you dress like the same as the people who do smoke, as the junkies in there. What's the difference? How can you separate yourself from being looked at like a junkie? There's so many junkies in there. Like, if you've ever been to prison before, then you know. There's so many people in there that get high. What other way is there to make it to where somebody who doesn't know you can look at you and recognize you are not one of them junkies, other than being clean? New uniforms, looking up to date on everything. Because if you was a junkie, if you were one of the people that got high all the time, you wouldn't have that. You can't say, oh, a shitload of canteen will make people think, you know, that I'm not a junkie. That ain't true, because even them junkies get a shitload of canteen. What you think they spend to get the dope? You see? So there's rich junkies out there. But the way you know is, damn, bro always got a lot of canteen, but no hygiene. Showering with state soap. What went wrong there? You see? And me, I don't know why so many people choose to live like that. For anybody that's been to prison, especially in Florida, you already know that shit is like a huge homeless shelter. And if you think I'm wrong, drop it in the comment section. But I'm telling you, it's got the same vibes as what you would think of when you think of a homeless shelter. Literally. That's it. Like, people literally will wear the same shirt for 5 years with holes all in it, instead of spending 7 and getting a brand new white tee. Some people do it because they're scared they're going to get their shit taken. You know, I mean, damn, if someone could literally take the shirt off your back, then you're certified pussy for real. It's different if someone stole it off your bed, or while you had it hanging up drying, or it never came back from laundry. But if your excuse to not get new clothes is because you're worried someone's going to steal it, then, you know, I feel like that's just your escape route to use to not be clean. You feel me? Because I'll be damned if I wear a shirt and that bitch starts looking like off-white, or starts looking beige or yellow. Man, I'll be like, man, ain't no way in hell. I'll take that bitch off and throw it right in the trash and go, put a new one on. Like, for real. And then you're going to notice when you put that new shirt on, you're going to notice how good it looks. So if you always switch it up, rotate it, and you take care of yourself with this hygiene, instead of trying to live like a bum just to take the cheap route, or try to avoid people from messing with you or taking your shit, if you start doing that more often, you know, you're going to feel like, shit, you know, I should have been doing this. You feel me? And that's what it is. It's like, prison, you're not supposed to enjoy. You know what I'm saying? So, of course, you're not going to, you know, be able to bathe and have hygiene and be crispy clean and everything without effort. You got to put an effort in to not look like that. You see what I'm saying? The system's not going to help you look like that, other than make you pay for those items. You know, but then there's so many people that are on drugs, so many people that are, you know, selling things and stuff like that, to where you can buy new shit for the low. So, okay, I don't want to give the police none of my money. I ain't buying that shirt for $9. Well, there's going to be somebody that wants to get high that might sell you that shirt for a suit. It's better than the shirt you're wearing. You see what I'm saying? And it never stuck with me, like I said. It never sat right with me to how many people would bum it in there. Like, how many people chose that? And literally, yeah, I spent, you know, a lot of money while I was in there on hygiene and in order to look clean and shit like that. But it's money that I never even missed or never even thought of, because being clean, staying up to date on my hygiene and stuff like that, it's just part of my life. It's just part of my lifestyle. You see what I'm saying? So once you switch it into your lifestyle, you don't even really notice what you spent on it. You feel me? That's how I look at it, you know? And if you're someone that's been to prison, drop it in the comment section, man. Let the people know your opinion. If you're one of them people that was bumming it in there, let people know why. If you've seen people in there bumming it and you know what I'm saying is facts, explain. Even if you're not from Florida. I'm speaking about Florida, but I can guarantee you, I done seen videos of places all over the world, and I can guarantee you it ain't just in Florida that it's like that. People choose to live bummy inside a prison, and I don't know why. Because it ain't doing nothing but harming yourself. It ain't harming the system. They still got you in there. They're still getting paid while you're in there. You feel me? So it ain't, the only one that's losing is you. You feel me? That's simple. But anyways, y'all, I'm gonna wrap this video on up. I appreciate y'all tuning in, like I always say. Thanks for watching this premiere. Y'all already know, man, keep them rats, squares, clowns, chomos, pedos, gunners, wannabe island boys, clout chasers, people that want to fucking be a bum as a choice. You know what I'm saying? There's a difference from having to live like that and choosing to live like that. No matter what you do, man, you make sure you take care of yourself. Physically, financially, mentally, all that. And if you find yourself in prison, make sure you bathe. Don't be in there living like a bum. Straight up. You already know, man. Till next time, I am my team, the one and only Frog.